Hello and welcome to Kip's Bits, the secondary channel of me, Kip Hakes. And in today's video, we're going to be looking at this. And this is the Karcher KHD4. Now, the reason why I'm doing a video on this is because this is a bit of a mystery, really, because it's not a K4 Karcher pressure washer, and it's not an HD Karcher pressure washer, which I think is their professional range. It's a KHD4. Now, this came from Lidl and it cost around about £150, which is actually quite good value for money. And yeah, there's just not much information about this online, so I thought I'd make this video to hopefully be helpful if you've got one of these, or you're thinking of getting one, or you find one in Lidl and wonder what the hell one of them is. The only video I could find was of some random chap in India unboxing one, and yeah, it didn't really make much sense. So yeah, I thought I would have a little go at making a quick video to unbox it, and maybe we can give it a go later and see how it performs. Now, it says that it's got K4 power, so I assume it's of a similar power to the regular K4 Karcher pressure washer. This is a sort of overview on the side of the box, and it tells us what we've got inside. So it's got a water filter that's pre-installed, a 6-meter high pressure hose, the gun with quick connect, a Vario power jet, a dirt blaster which is 100% power, and also a stone and facade cleaner. Nice. And yeah, it shows you the features. It's got accessory storage. It can be transported easily. It's got the quick connect, easy hose connection. It does detergent suction. It's got the water filter, and yeah, you can have increased area performance. Let's crack it open and see what it's like. So that is how the box looks. So we've got some propaganda, and then we've got this, which is our stone and facade cleaner. Okay, so over in this side, we've got some sort of bit of plastic. I'm sure we'll understand what that is. Oh, more plastic, and our hose. Oh, like a hose adapter and some screws. So we've got our 6-meter hose here, plastic connectors on the end there. Can be a bit of a pain when you're washing, when they're very, very tightly coiled. So yeah, might give that a little bit of warm water treatment and give it a little bit of a stretch out.
That's what she said.
So here's our little adaptive spray control that you can adjust between soft and hard by twisting it. And then we've got our full power spray. It's designed for patios and things like that. Probably don't put this on your car, well, unless you don't want the paint to be on it anymore. And then we've got the gun itself. So this is what our nozzles go into. So we can just twist and lock, and then you've got your squirter. So to put your hose in, you've got to squeeze the handle down, push the hose in, and then it's locked in position. Nice. And then just to release the hose, you just press the button down and gently wiggle it out. Now we've got our carry handle, which is there. Pull it along with. Excellent. And then finally, the unit itself. Oh, it's a fairly compact little guy. That's what she said. Quite weighty. So the handle goes onto the back like this, and the 4 screws that were in the packaging, they go into the 4 screw holes that are here. So on the back of it, you've got this little pull-out rubber hose that you can put into your detergent, such as the stone and facade cleaner that we got free with it. And then on the bottom here, this is where your hose will go into. You just have to screw on the adapter and it becomes a regular hose lock adapter fitting, and you can just clip your hose onto it. So there we go, the hose adapter is now on. Right, let's get the handle screwed into position and also work out where these other bits of holders slash plastic go, because I'm not entirely sure. So there we go, this is all built up now. Pretty straightforward to do, only a handful of screws. And yeah, we've now got storage on this side for our nozzles, and then storage on this side for our gun. Talking of the gun, I think this is different from the regular K4 because that gun has got like a power control on it where you can adjust the flow of the water, but this doesn't have that. I think this is probably a slightly more budget or like a mini version of the K4. And then round the back, we spin it around. And we've got this guy here for the hose storage. And then a sort of clippy guy up here for the cable. I think that's the way round it goes. It doesn't actually mention that in the instruction manual. But my thought was you'd probably put the hose on the lower down one, because if you keep your cable up high, that stops the hose from potentially dripping down to it when it's in storage. But it's actually quite a nice, sturdy machine. It certainly feels better than the K2 that I've got, which is quite flimsy and sad, and I think I'm going to get rid of that now. This hose is 6 meters. I think really and truly you need at least 10 meters to save you constantly having to move this round. I mean, it's on wheels and it's relatively easy to maneuver, but if you're working on your car, it's probably better to have a slightly longer hose. Now, because I've got a Karcher already, that came with a 6 or 5 meter hose that wasn't very long enough. I do have an extension hose for mine, so that's fine for me. But yeah, I definitely consider either getting a longer hose or getting an extension hose. 10 meters usually means you won't have to keep on moving this around your car. Oh, that's interesting. I've just noticed on this handle, there's like a little lock guy. I wonder if that's like a sort of almost like a child lock, because you don't want your kid jet washing their face, because trust me, you can take your skin off with a jet washer. Don't ask me how I know. Right, I think maybe we should put this to the test. I'm not going to put it to the test today because I've got other things to do, but we could maybe try doing a bit of cleaning of the patio stones, and I want to give my truck a wash as well. Yeah, why don't we cut to Kip in the future, about to do some pressure washing, and he can show you how you operate it. So it's the next day and me and James are going to clean the patio stones. So to set it up, we've got to connect the hose in at the pressure washer and then at the other end of the gun. And then I attach one of the nozzles to the gun. And then we get the garden hose connected, but we don't switch the unit on yet. We just run some water through the pressure washer without it being switched on, just to make sure there's no airlocks or anything like that. And once the water's flowing through perfectly, we can get ready to start. Now I'm using the stone and facade cleaner, which is going to be sucked through this little hose here. It's really unfortunate because there's nowhere really for the bottle to go. You can't stand it on the platform, so you've got to sort of have it behind the machine, which is a bit rubbish because it could be knocked over. And then we can switch the machine on and let the water come through and start doing a bit of pressure washing. And just to show you the difference, here's how it was before we started. And here's how it is after we were done. But there is a problem, which means this does have to go back to Lidl. Let me explain. Well, that is pretty disappointing. It's cleaning fine and the pressure is good, but it does seem to have an issue sucking through the chemical through the little hose at the back. It works, but very intermittently. So the chemical's not being pulled through and therefore it's not cleaning as well as it could be. Now, I don't often use that hose really, based on my old Karcher pressure washer, but it should work, shouldn't it? Especially as this is literally brand new. So I think, in fact, I know I'm going to get this returned because, yeah, I want it to be fully working, even if it's a function that I don't always use, because when I do use it, it has to work, and it hasn't. But yeah, I can't complain about the pressure, but I can complain about the fact that the chemical isn't being pulled through that little hose. I try fiddling it and, you know, moving it around to different positions, but it's just not working reliably or consistently. So there you go. It's fine, but obviously I've got a faulty model and that doesn't really give me much confidence for getting another one of these. So yeah, guess back to the pressure washer drawing board. Edit Kip here. This has arrived today. So if you'd like to see a video on this, let me know in the comments. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Sorry I've not been able to be a bit more positive, but that's what happens sometimes. At least I'm being honest and showing you what actually happens rather than fudging it and just pretending. There you go. Don't forget to like and subscribe and come back soon and I'll do more things.